Hey everybody, Lady Tiger Lily here, and today I'm going to go through ties and tying ties 101, because I have an extensive tie collection, which you may or may not know, and I've only alluded to it, I think, in previous videos. I've never actually shown you my tie collection. I know I used to show them off on Blog TV every once in a while, but since Blog TV is no more, you guys get to have it on YouTube. I have straight ties and I have bow ties. I'm slowly building my collection still. Anyway, as you can see, this nice little skinny tie, which works for my frame, is tied in a full Windsor. This is the only time I can tie a full Windsor is with a skinny tie, because if I use a tie like this, love this one by the way, it gets to be really bulky, especially on my tiny neck. So, the first thing you want to do is buy a tie that fits you, and by that I mean something, like I said, that you feel comfortable tying, that will look good on your frame and is not too long or too short. This is somewhat of a problem for me because most neckties aren't meant to be worn by someone whose neck is this big around and who's only 5 feet tall. I'm actually not even 5 feet tall, but with shoes on, I'm 5 feet tall. So all ties are pretty much going to be too big for me. This one is from Express. It's nice, it's a decent tie, I would wear it out. Paisley is always a good choice. Monochrome, good stuff. Black tie, should always have a black tie. I don't do clip-ons. However, I saw this, and this was the first time I'd ever seen one of these. This is actually from Van Huysen, and I guess Van Huysen is into, like, cheapo, can't-tie-your-own-tie kind of ties. But it's a nifty little mechanism. This zipper goes all the way down the tail of the tie. It's weird. And it allows you to flip the zipper up and pull down on the knot. So you can cheat your way to having a put-together look if you really just have no time whatsoever. And you press the zipper back down, put your collar down, and you're good to go. However, it's still really obvious that it's a fake tie, and the tie tail doesn't reach the loop. Plain white tie, also good to have. Goes with anything that your black tie will go with. Switches things up a little bit, and if you have dark colored shirts, good way to accent is with a nice, simple white tie. Puritan, Van Huysen, George, love those brands. You will end up spending a lot of money if you get ties that are higher quality. But, you know, sometimes it's worth it. A red tie is also good to have. It's festive, it gives, it's a statement tie. It's full of life, while still being professional. A nice standard red, it's hard to see in this lighting, but this is your FF0000 red tie. Very nice for holidays, very nice with a plain black shirt. I used to wear this for string ensemble because all accent pieces were meant to be red, so black on black with red accent. I got this tie from the Worcester Armory in Massachusetts when I was out on a German field trip, and that's really the only reason why I got this. It's fun though. I don't really wear it, but it's a high quality tie. Next up is one of my absolute favorite ties, because my favorite color is blue, as much as I tote red around. Blue embroidery on a black tie, J. Ferrar, and it's dragons. It's gorgeous. I love this tie. It's professional looking, but it has a statement color. It's very nice, and it feels nice. As I said, this is one of my favorite ties, kind of modern looking. It's a decent tie. It's very nice to wear though, because You can't go wrong with monochrome. You really can't. And it's beautiful. There are blood stains on the back. Don't ask, because I genuinely don't know how they got there. Or perhaps don't remember how they got there. And finally, another skinny tie. This is a dark blue, kind of navy tie. It does the job. It's not super high quality, but it looks nice, and I have blue things that go with it. It's rather long for a skinny tie, actually. And finally, my two bow ties. They are / were adjustable, but they are not pre-tied, as you can see. And I highly frown upon pre-tied ties because, come on, you should be able to tie your own tie. This one was adjustable, but then I just simply altered it myself, so this fits me, and perhaps other people with tiny necks, but yes. I've been playing around with it since I got it, and I think I've got it alright. This one is adjustable, and technically you could take it apart, like by doing this, but that's such a pain in the ass. Like, once you find your correct length, you should just leave it and tie it yourself every time. Always tie your own tie. Or find somebody that can tie your tie for you. But you should really know how to tie your own tie. So, I've been keeping my collar like this like an idiot because I want to show you how to tie your tie. There are a couple easy ways to tie it, and I'm going to show you 3, which you should all know, and 2 of them you should always use. First, you want to find a tie that fits, like I said. When you put it on, the longer end should be about a foot, maybe a foot and a half, farther down than the tail end. You will figure this out as you practice with your own ties, and I highly suggest you practice even if you know how to tie a tie, because different things can affect how it sits on you, and how it's going to be once you finally pull it up, like the knot you're going to use. For example, the first one, which is what a lot of people use, it's the one SpongeBob teaches you how to do, it's super easy, but it also looks like you only did it in about 5 seconds, is the 4-in-hand. And that's 1, 2, up the back, and down through this loop. It works in a pinch, you know. ROTC guys almost always tie their tie like this. It was disappointing, to say the least, but I'm a snob about this sort of thing. And it just doesn't look very professional. Unless this is your first tie and you're 12, maybe 10, and you're doing this yourself, you should really know how to tie a more professional knot than this. Because it's tiny, it's sloppy looking, it's lopsided. If no one's going to pay attention to you and you don't care that much, and you have literally no time, then fine, do your 4-in-hand. But otherwise, pick a more professional knot. This next knot is called the half Windsor. Everybody should be able to do the half Windsor.